Now, imagine a Da Nang without exhaust gases where the air is clean, the streets are peaceful, and transportation is sustainable. What would it take to make that happen? Well, we believe it all starts with people's awareness. Let us introduce ourselves. My name is Sophie, and my teammates are Cherry and Bella. We would also like to thank Ms. Chang, who is our supervisor, and Mr. Long for supporting us.
This is a table of content of our presentation. The first one is introduction, the second is literature review, and the third one is methodology. The fourth is data collection and analysis. The fifth is recommendation, and the last one is limitation. So this is our introduction. So why is electric vehicle? We all know that climate change and air pollution are the serious problems that cities facing today. Rising temperature, extreme weather, and dirty air are no longer strange issues. They affect on our daily life, especially in cities like Da Nang. That way, electric vehicles coming. They include both cars and motorbikes, and offer a cleaner alternative with zero exhaust emission because they don't have tailpipes. But through producing EV and generating electricity to charge them to still cost the emission. However, the overall amount is much lower than of gasoline vehicle. They help reduce pollution, protect public health, and support a greener future. And this is our research object. The first one, we have three main goals here. First, we want to understand what makes people more aware of health benefits of EV. The second, we want to see how that awareness of health advantages actual effect on their actual intention to use EV. And then finally, we aim to offer recommendations for EV companies on how to turn awareness into a real customer decision. And this is our question. From this goal, we have two big questions. The first one, what factors influence how aware people of health benefits of EV, and how can the awareness combined with company strategies affect the intention to adopt EVs in them? And this is the conceptual framework. This shows in the key factors that influence people's intention to use EV. We focus on two environmental concerns, climate change and air pollution. This can influence both personal norms and health concerns. Personal norms mean a sense of moral responsibility to act sustainably, and health concerns reflect how worried people are about pollution impacts on their health. So we also include perceived values such as cost saving or convenience as another factor that can directly influence that intention. So overall, we believe EV adoption is shaped by environmental concerns, personal values, and health awareness, and what people expect to be.
According to many sources, transportation is a major contributor to climate change. It's responsible for 23% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. Electric vehicles, or EVs, have the potential to reduce emissions by up to 70% over their entire life cycle by 2050. EV sales are also rising fast, reducing 17.3 million units in 2024, reaching. On the perception side, many people choose EVs because they care about their health, the environment, and future generations. However, some still don't fully understand the benefits of EVs. High costs can also be a major barrier, even for those who are environmentally conscious. In places like Đà factors like personal values, climate change awareness, and health concerns strongly influence EV adoption.
And this is our hypothesis. This is the first stage. This means what shapes people awareness and values. We have three hypotheses here. The first one is about people who care about climate change tend to form strong personal norms. And the second is people who care about climate change are often more concerned about their personal health, especially it's linked to environmental problems. And this slide is about how do this concern affect behavior. The first is about people with strong personal norms. Those who feel it's their duty to protect the environment are more likely to attend or adopt EV. And the fifth is people who are concerned about their health are also more motivated to choose EV as a way to avoid pollution-related risks. And finally, if people see more value in EV, like cost saving or comfort, they're more likely to adopt them.
Okay, so after careful evaluations with our guiding mentor, Ms. J and Mr. Lang, and discussions with our teammates, we have selected two primary research methods, including surveying and interviewing, to accomplish the comprehensive mix of quantitative data and qualitative data. Surveys were selected because of their efficiency and its ability to graph data. A survey grants us the ability to numerically measure the levels of awareness, environmental concerns, and behavioral intentions across the Đà Nẵng province. Our survey included questions with response methods of multiple choice and Likert scales or ratings that can be statistically analyzed into pie charts, bar charts, line graphs, and etc. And to identify certain trends, patterns, connections, relationships, and determine the commonly averaged answer for each aspect. Additionally, it enhances data accuracy because it limits biasness from the interviewers or the researchers, and it allows participants to truthfully respond to the questions as they are less embarrassed and shy about their answers. And as for interviews help us dig into the cave of why behind innumerable survey results, pushing the participants to personally relate their life stories and perspectives to say the reasoning behind the listed numbers of results. Furthermore, interviews allows the flexibility to enhance as we can adapt to the flow of the conversation. And yeah. Here is our data collection plan for the survey and its distribution. We crafted a bilingual online questionnaire consisting of the languages of English and Vietnamese so that participants can refer to the dominant language. We initially planned to collect 100 participants from various locations of Đà Nẵng, including local coffee shops, convenience stores, and supermarkets, the VNUK campus, social media platforms including Facebook and Instagram, and personal networks of students' connection. This helps ensure the widely spread diversity within the collection of personal finances, income, educational acknowledgement, and transportational access. This covers the fields of statistics, climate change, health concerns, awareness of advantages and disadvantages of EVs, and behavioral intentions. And as for interviews, they will last approximately 15 to 20 minutes depending on the participant's level of understanding. Most effective interviews will not be too strictly structured, as we will adapt with the flow of the participant. But realistically, due to the given time span, we are not able to provide interviews. So instead, we physically survey people who doesn't have an available technical device or just wants to do a one-to-one direct conversation instead of answering the survey online. This could enhance perspective and additional opinions based on survey answers. Okay, here's our demographic data. Graph 1 shows the educational and knowledge level of all the 93 participants. As you can see, 75% of the participants are acknowledged the educational level of a college and university student. And as for junior high school knowledge, we have 21.74%, and the 3.26% are postgraduates. This proves that most responders are more on the well-educated side. As for the second graph, this shows the gender of the retires. As you see, 60.87% are females and 38.04% are males. And that 1%, the 1.09% is non-binary. And as for this one, this demonstrates the ages of the 93 participants. As you can see, 53.26% of the participants are under 15 and to 20, and 41.30% are 20 to 50 years old, and the green one, 5.43% are 50 and older. This shows that younger generations have more interest in environmental concerns, and they prove to show more knowledge rather than well-aged people.
This is our descriptive statistics. Climate change concern, which is CC, has an average of 4.14. Air pollution concern, which is AP, followed closely at 3.91, showing strong awareness of environmental and pollution issues. Health concern, which is HC, was rated the highest, highlighting that health is a major factor when people think about transportation impacts. In contrast, perceived value, which is PV, is notably lower, which suggests that people don't think of EV quality, convenience, and comfort as much of a reason to adopt EV, especially when compared to health concerns. Personal norms, which is PN, indicates the internal values and responsibility influences attitudes, although not. It indicates that internal value and responsibility influence attitudes, though not as strongly as health or environmental concerns. Adoption intention, which is IN, had the lowest ratings overall. This points to a clear gap between concern and action. Although people care about the environment and their health, they remain hesitant to commit to EVs, likely due to unmet expectations in the purchase process. Based on our findings, we recommend 4 key actions. First, raise awareness about how transportation impacts climate change and build urgency around switching to EVs. Second, we emphasize the health benefits of reducing emissions because personal well-being often motivates action. Third, we must boost personal responsibility through campaigns and community involvement. Finally, increase the perceived value of EVs by sharing success stories, highlighting long-term savings, and offering incentives. Together, these actions can help bridge the gap between awareness and actual EV adoption. Before concluding, we'd like to acknowledge some limitations to our study. First, our sample size of 92 people may not be fully representative of the wider population, and it also limits our ability to conduct more advanced hypothesis testing. Second, the model excludes key external factors which can impact EV adoption. Third, a 5-day time frame, restricted data and in-depth analysis. Lastly, most participants were young and educated, so the results may not reflect broader public views.
Thank you.
Thank you.